Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know today's video is a little bit late. I had a little bit of basement issues this morning that I was dealing with, but today we're going to be talking about Mew3 Malamar, a deck that has gotten popularity since the Japanese have kind of played it. A lot of people are trying it out. Everyone has different flavors on how they want to approach their tech cards. The skeleton is pretty much the same across the board, but the tech cards is where it's important. So I'll talk about mine. I have Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff to kind of deal with Pikarom mostly to keep them in check. Um, the mirror match to keep them in check as well. But yeah, mostly that card. Baby Blacephalon is due to the rise of the mill decks that are coming in, so you can go with a Stinger into Baby Blacephalon combo and kind of just clean up the game in 2 to 3 turns, especially if they have not set up properly. You can go Stinger turn 2. The matchup is already inherently close for you, but you are slightly favored, I believe, because of the resetting their hand constantly, but add some icing to the cake. There's Horror House. This guy's pretty good. Gengar Mimikyu. He kind of gets in there, does stuff. Poltergeist, Horror House, both really, really good for doing stuff. Indeedee is a tech that I'm 50-50 on. It's really good for dealing with Shrine Mimikyu combos, but so far I haven't seen too much of that on ladder personally or testing. So maybe he comes out, maybe he stays in. 3/3 Malamar, you don't need more than that. Maybe a Ditto comes in because you have 2 Naganadels, but yeah. Latios-GX, I think Clear Vision's a really good attack still, and I think Tag Purge can buy you the time you need in a lot of matchups. Yeah. Mew, deal with Pikarom, 2 Mewtwo's, 2 Trevenant Dusknoirs. Night Watch is your primary attack of choice. You want to shuffle 2 cards in almost every turn. Just put your opponent down to make them struggle to kind of play the game. There's the Stinger GX Naganadel, which is really good at just beating stall decks is what our mill decks is really the purpose for it. Yeah, and then there's regular Naganadel-GX, which is 170 snipe, also helps against those matchups because you can get the bench. Phione also has Whirlpool Suction. It acts as a pseudo catcher or gust effect, which is really good. Yeah, the potential options that I wanted to add are Dragonite-GX that does the 270, the Ditto Prism, the Absol, and there was one other thing that might come to me, might not, but whatever. But yeah, that's my Pokemon line. 2 Cherish, 1 Great, 4 Treasure, 4 Quick, 1 Stamp, 4 Switch, 2 Swell, 4/4, 2 Big Charm, 2 Board, and 9 Psychic. Actually, the board should be balloons, I think. That's not supposed to be there. Oops. Sorry for whoever took a screenshot real quick. But yeah, you got balloons in those spots. Sorry to whoever took a screenshot. Oops. But yeah, let's get into some games. Yeah, Mew3 Mallet. That's weird that it's showing my typing as those 3. Even though, like, there's... That's weird. My typing should not show like that. Is this the right deck? I hope it's the right deck. Oh well. This deck does not care if you go first or second. Second is good, I think, because you get to use a supporter. Plus, you can set up a horror house or something like that. This hand is okay. I might have to pitch the whole thing. Just go quick ball for Mewtwo and then Dedenne the whole hand away. My opponent opens a Dedenne. That's pretty good for me. So regardless of what he's playing, I think I saw lightning typing. Mega Lopunny gets value here. And a second Dedenne hitting the board. So that should be really good for me, honestly, for Mega Lopunny. Quick ball. He's probably going to grab himself the Tapu Koko Prism because he's probably playing Pikarom. No, Inkay. It's mirror match, actually. Okay. In the mirror match, actually, you got to be a little bit careful about benching Mewtwo because benching Mewtwo means that your opponent's Mewtwo can knock out your Mewtwo. So in this instance, I have to be a little more careful and not put the Mewtwo down. So I'm probably going to go ahead and put the Mega Lopunny down as the Mega Lopunny. That's good. That's good. We'll quick ball away the Naganadel counter Malamars. 2 Malamars, okay, so let's grab an Inkay. In this instance, we want to use the Gengar Mimikyu, we want to use the Latios, and we want to use the Trevenant as opposed to using the Mewtwo itself. So we can just go ahead and Dedenne. The Mewtwo can be clean up late game, obviously, but yeah, we'll just do it this way. We could just Horror House this turn. And then Poltergeist next turn. We want a treasure for sure this turn to start. We grab this. And I think just stopping my opponent's setup is alluring enough to me that I want to do it this way. So we can do this, we can do this, we can retreat. And we can still Juniper because we still have a supporter for turn. This hand is pretty broken, and we'll go ahead and Horror House, putting our opponent at, they can't do anything else. For the turn, putting us in a decent spot. So this Dedenne should die unless he chooses to retreat into the Inkay and give us a free prize, meaning he doesn't have an attacker the following turn. So we've put ourselves in a really good spot. The bench isn't ideal. It could be better, honestly, but we'll take what we can get. We'll do the one onto the Megalo. Maybe benching Megalo was a mistake here. In hindsight, we check hand. He's got the Dragonite. He's got his own Horror House. So it feels like the play is going to be doing his own Horror House next turn. 4 items. A clean knockout. He does have a Sycamore to draw cards. So a return Horror House would actually, a return Poltergeist would actually be really crippling here. Yeah, because I don't know how I deal with it besides going Quick Ball for Mewtwo attaching, or finding, I need to top deck an energy. Because then I could go Mewtwo return the Poltergeist, but he's just going to play all the items in his hand, and I know that. So this is a little bit of a tricky spot for us to be in. Attaching Big Charm would have saved us, actually, but if he chooses to play too many of the items in his hand and go down to like a low item hand or something like that in that nature, I can simply use Stamp and put it back to heavy hand size. See, now I get punished for having my Mega Lopunny on the field because he has his own Mega Lopunny. So it's like a weird trade of sorts that I'm inevitably probably going to lose out on. And a Sycamore. He did bench it, which is interesting. Balloon, bench. So he's still keeping himself at 2, meaning I can only do 180. But he can knock my guy out. So unless he Horror Houses this turn, I can... Maybe he just goes for the Poltergeist, right? Like maybe he just says Poltergeist is a correct play here. I just try to go for a one-shot. He has 8 cards in his hand, which I think isn't the worst thing in the world. Like you just get me here, which is fine. Because in all honesty, my hand doesn't have anything going for it. I'd have to Quick Ball, and then a concession. Okay. So I guess my opponent missed an energy, or prized Malamars or something. Yeah, because in all honesty, if he had killed me there with Poltergeist, my return play would have probably been get the Trevnoir, Big Charm the Trevnoir, attach the Air Balloon, dump as many cards from that hand as I could, Marnie for 5, hope to hit an energy and a way to get a Malamar, and if I didn't, then I'm also in a bad spot, because then I have to probably charge up the Lopunny and bring it up and attack, but Trevnoir's already on the field, so I could get counterattacked by Lopunny, so maybe I Big Charm the Lopunny instead. Yeah, I'd probably Big Charm Lopunny, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's a tough decision. Okay, my hand is not great, but I do have a Swell, I have a Air Balloon, and I have a Marnie. So I'm okay. I'm okay. Victini. So we're probably up against Baby Blacephalon. Yeah, I think it's Baby Blacephalon because he's grabbing the Zacian, he's got the Victini, he's got the Acro. All the typing and the way the list is built, it does indicate. Oh, look, a Beastbringer. So I think that does indicate that he's playing. I think he's playing Baby Bloods. And then Intrepid Sword for 3. If I can Horror House this turn, I would be in a good spot. Okay, so we'll do it this way. Balloon Inkay. Swell. Get rid of the Great Catcher. I think I'm just going to bench this guy. Switch it. And we'll Marnie. He goes down -2. And then I get +1. We can retreat. I don't know if I want Balloon on anybody on this board. So I'm just going to detonate this hand. But I don't want Balloon on either guy because I think Big Charm is better on both of them. So we'll just do it this way. Getting another Inkay down. This hand is golden. Let's go ahead and Horror House, making him so he can't play any cards from that hand. Which gives me another turn to do the Marnie Trevenant combo. He's just going to Intrepid Sword. So we can just Marnie again. The Trevenant might be good to put down here because we need to use it. And we'll just Marnie. Oh no. That's not what we're looking for. The Poltergeist, I guess? 1, 2. So we got the 2 items. And his hand is sort of dead. But he can go Escape Board, Attach, Retreat, and Jirachi and play the game from there. That's fine. Sycamore from this situation is fine. So yeah, well, if I was him, I would have attached the energy, the board, and retreated into Jirachi and seen where that would have taken me. Because now I'm going to just start getting rid of his hand size. So now we can get rid of some cards. Treasure for a Malamar. Treasure the Quick Ball for a Malamar. And now we're fully set up. It's a little bit slower than usual, but we've got this set up. We have 2 energies in there, but I don't think I want to dedicate them to any attacker yet because I don't know what I want to do. I do have a balloon, so I'm okay. So we're just going to go ahead and Night Watch and get rid of 2. We got the Flint and a Fire. That's good, because I think Flint is one of the best cards in his deck. That's not a card we saw before. We did see the Fire, so he could have drawn another, but for all intents and purposes, that's a card we've already seen. Acro. The Big Blown is gone. Quick Ball. Okay. Is he going to pass with 2 cards in hand? Oh, well, he's going to Intrepid Sword, I guess. See, more and more decks are playing custom catchers, regular catchers, and answers to deal with this mill deck, and I think they're actually going to work. So we'll see. We'll see how the decks adapt. If I get another energy, I can Venom Shot it. But I also think it's important putting him at a lower hand size. So I think we're just going to go ahead and attach 1 from hand here because I have multiple attachments in the following couple turns and Night Watch. The game still isn't over because Baby Bonds can just take 2 knockouts and I lose the game. So I have to be a little bit careful of how I'm going to do things. Having Phione would have been nice because I could have kept snapping things into the active that I don't want there. I do have 2 Marnie left. I have to find the Marnies though. If I can find the Marnies and make a play and he can't find his lucky eggs, then I'll be okay. He's bringing just Trevenant up. I think he's stalling for time. Yeah, there's the natural conclusion to that. I have 3 switch in deck, so. Oricorio, draw 3. I think that's 1 at 7. Yeah, that's a Venom Shot target for me too. So I can put an energy onto here and then Venom Shot the following turn. I can go Night Watch into Venom Shot, which should close out the game, hopefully. So he has a Welder in hand. I know that much. Ooh, Marnie's good here, but I need to get rid of my hand. I need to draw that switch. If I draw the switch, I think I win the game. Yeah, there we go. There's a switch. So we'll do the one onto our boy. Switch. I'd like to hold all this, I think, because they're important. We'll go ahead and Night Watch. Welder Fire. He didn't support her last turn. Did he? No, he didn't. He could have just welded the one fire. Drawn 3. That's -2 +3. You go to still +1 card in hand. And put yourself in a position where you don't really lose the game off of this kind of a play, because now I think I took away his only supporter, his only draw, and he gets the Oricorio for 3, I guess, with Dance of Tribute, but he needs to find off of that 7 energy. Yeah, 7 energy to discard, and an attachment. So I think if I was him, I would have just welded the 1. Because at least you preemptively set up an attack. There's another welder gone. He must have drawn into another welder. Because that's the only thing that I see that makes sense. Okay, yeah, there we go. Maybe his hand was double welder. So now he actually can one-shot me, which would be really unfortunate if he does. Okay, I like that new animation that it pops up and like tells you. That's a concession for my opponent. That is a situation that he can't really come back from. He did have a really rough start. It's just one of those things where like, if you don't get up and pop off immediately kind of thing, the matchup gets really hard. And my opponent was definitely struggling using Zash in the first 2 or 3 turns. My Horror House did stifle him enough for me to kind of put myself in a position that I could just win the game. I still could have lost, don't get me wrong. So, Waterman999 says, hello, Heart. Hello, Heart, back to you, my man. Oof, this hand is not great. Luckily, I am going second. So it's a more Pico V deck. Interesting. I actually haven't hit one of these on ladder yet. And I've been playing for like since set drop. So Morpeko does spark 20 spread, and I believe it's the hit and run deck. It has hit and run for Electro Wheel. And it also has I'm blanking right now, but it has he didn't play a supporter. So I think I'm just gonna grab Mewtwo. Energy. And research. This feels clean. I can do this very cleanly if I want to. Inkay. Because what do I have to do next turn? Find another switch. Because I can just switch this turn. Big Charm active. I hold this so I can quick ball Dedenne next turn. So I think we just Horror House here. I forgot that my opponent didn't have a supporter, but it's turn 1, so he probably can't play a supporter. So now if I get like a reset stamp, I can put him back to more cards in hand. But oh, that's kind of juicy. I like that. It's all cards attached, right? So let's just put this here. Dedenne. The top deck switch was very nice, but I do play 4, so I kind of was like hoping I'd get there. Treasure, energy. Third switch being burnt kind of sucks. But I don't mind it necessarily. Also, no follow-up supporter is a little bit awful. We will just switch, and we will just go ahead and I think it's probably smarter to Phione Snap Night Watch. Because in this way, I get rid of 2 cards and I get rid of a draw out for him, as opposed to me hitting the Morpeko, which doesn't do anything. Whereas I can find an energy next turn, treasure, quick ball, and then Venom Shot, the Morpeko. I don't really know what the VMAX does, I'll be honest. So That could be a problem, but as of now, I think I'm okay. I also have the follow-up to Dedenne in hand if I need it. And a concession. Interesting. Okay. Doesn't look like we're going to get a real game on ladder here today. Maybe he has his deck open. We can see it. Yeah, it looks like a more Pico VMAX deck. Maybe I'll just open that in Deck Manager and save it. We'll steal this deck. We'll just make it Sword Shield, more Pico. Interesting. I mean, like, this is what I do usually for those of you guys watching, and I do during stream too. When you guys are watching my videos, if I see a deck I like on ladder or I think is interesting, I'll steal the list and I'll kind of tinker it around to kind of make it my own. Because I think a lot of the time some people have like really good ideas, but it takes like refining a little bit to make a list better. You know, like two heads are better than one. That kind of saying. This hand is garbage. So this maybe we should end the video on the last one. This is like one of a classic Malamar hand, as we would like to call it. I don't know what he's playing, however, so maybe I can get away with this. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have the Marnie next turn because I don't even want to pitch two Malamar. I have one Malamar in deck though, so maybe I can just do it this way. Um, okay, interesting. Elms, I mean, it's a Pidgey deck. What does this guy do? 30 discard? Okay, interesting. He just grabbed a lot of birds. So he's probably playing. What does Noctowl do? I don't know what Noctowl does. Huh. Acro, pitching an Acro. So the card must have been good. Okay, back to me. Hitting a switch here would be nice, actually. So we're just going to go ahead and Sycamore. I think I want a Stinger as soon as possible in this matchup. Let's treasure the energy. I have Stinger. I have Baby Blown, so I want to do it that way. That's my strategy, I think, in this matchup. Let's switch. Let's Quick Ball. We're just going to Dedenne this hand. When I see this many birds, I see 3 free prizes because these guys can't go above 60 HP. So I don't know why I'd be, I guess for lack of better terms, waiting to do that. Recharge. I don't have an attack I can use, but I don't want to keep this in the active. I don't want a Horror House. I can't do that. I can Poltergeist and win the traditional way. I think we're just gonna pass. I don't know what Noctowl does. So if it's like a stop retreating or something, then I've lost. The game plan is to Dedenne once again next turn. So he's got some Pidgeys going for him. He's just airmailing, airmailing, airmailing. You know the drill. What does Noctowl do? That is what I'm interested in. What does that add to his deck? Evolutionary Incense, definitely a good card for Pidgey decks and Chinchino decks and decks that just need that one or two guys set up to kind of go. Incense. I didn't read it. I didn't read it fast enough. So maybe a. Please, can you bring it back? I would like to see that again. Thank you. Choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. They shuffle that Pokemon. Oh. Oh! So he's going to go triple and shuffle my Mewtwo in. Oh no. I made a mistake. Oh man, if he hits a triple, then I actually like... Oh no. Oh no. Wow, literally like retreating is the only thing I had to do. Oh man. Please don't hit a triple. Oh, thank God. Okay. Whew. Never punished, right? Um, I also realize a fundamental flaw with our strategy here is that I can't discard this baby blonde that's sitting in my hand. So we're gonna have to just start night watching um, until I can draw into a piece or a Marnie or a supporter or something. So we're just gonna go ahead and night watch. We're just gonna do this the old-fashioned traditional way because I think setting up the Stinger strategy was a good plan in my mind, but then I quickly realized that my bench space is very limited right now, so I can't actually bench this baby blonde. Opening the Trevenant actually kind of hurt in this particular instance. Maybe I didn't have to get the second Inkay. Baby blonde could have filled that spot. But also he can just give us a bench spot by carrying off, right? Like he can shuffle in like Malamar or something, and then I'm like, aha, I got you. But I don't know why he'd do that. I think he probably plays a... Yeah, there we go. There's a gust effect to shuffle our guy. That's so cheeky. Oh, that's so annoying, but so cool. Wow. I've been thoroughly outsmarted this game. He's digging really deep. I don't know how many... He probably plays 4 triples, right? You have to be playing 4 triples. Well, those are 3 of my quick balls. So I'm never getting those back. This hand's actually perfect also, though. Because I can cherish for the Dedenne and just pitch the whole thing. There we go. And my opponent says, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Wow. That is cool. That is cool. Mad respect for that deck. We're going to grab Stinger. Let him very visibly know that this is exactly what we're playing for. Treasure. Sycamore. Um, let's just do one, because I can switch. And we're going to retreat and not make the same mistake we made before. Well, is that 20 times? So I would bench 1 and do 20. Yeah, we'll just do it for posterity's sake. Haha, we did nothing. I'm very funny. Haha. Um, but now we have the switch plus Stinger if I want it next turn, if I can just find a way to discard an energy. I assume he probably plays a Bryson Balalba engine of sorts, making this more frustrating than it needs to be. But I just need to get a Stinger off, honestly. He does play Dolls. There's another Phione. No, please, no, you don't have it. Oh, come on, dude. No. I have a family. Jeez. This deck is annoying. Maybe he doesn't play Bryson at this point because he's gone through so many cards and I haven't seen one yet. At the very least, he could Phione and put the other Hoot Hoot down in case I snipe this Noctowl. But sniping the Noctowl is also a very tall order. I'm down a lot of supporters. And my quick balls were at the bottom of my deck, but they got shuffled, so maybe I get them back. No, please don't do this to me. He has to draw a bunch of cards here. Okay, so now we just need a way to discard an energy. We didn't get one. We did hit the Phione, which is really annoying to Gust. So how do we want to do this? I'm one energy short of being able to Stinger. I can't discard this guy. So I think I just have to attach and pass. I don't want a Pale Moon. That's not correct. So we just have to pass? Which kind of sucks because I almost am guaranteeing him a way to get out of the active with the Goomy and terrorize me. I'm basically asking for it at this point. So all he needs is a Balloon, which I'm sure he plays, right? You have to be playing Balloon in a deck like this. Or a Skateboard. Those are both probably being played. Yeah, he got it. Oh, no. This is brutal. This Goomy is really putting in work. He even had an answer to the retreat and leave your attacker active. That's very... This deck is very smart. I really like it. I've seen almost all his entire deck, so he has balloons in there he's not playing yet for some reason. He's got the triples for sure. Well, that's one less triple he's got. He's aggressively digging. What is the win con, I guess, for the deck? He has to be playing a win con of some sort. So is it Bryson Man? Is it... Okay, so I got off what I needed. He missed, thankfully. So we'll go ahead and Stinger GX. So now, next turn, all I need to do is not have this guy shuffled in, which I don't think is possible because he can't. He can't. Oh no, I need an energy because of Goomy. God, this Goomy, dude. So I think I just go retreat switch, but I need an energy because of Goomy. This deck is cool, but I don't see how it has a win con. Like, what is its end game? Is it only bench? Yeah, it's only bench too, so you can't even like get rid of your opponent's bench active or something and stick them with a bad hand. U-turn bird. Okay, so he does have a way to move. I'm sorry, what? Active Pokemon and all cards attached into their hand. Ah, I get it now. So he goes bench, and then when you stop putting things on your bench because you're like, I can't put stuff on my bench anymore, then he just goes into the Pidgeotto and puts all the stuff back in your hand. This does in fact win me the game, however, because I can put the Blacephalon down, attached to it, and Dedenne, unless I prize my Dedenne off the Cherish, which would suck. Um, but we will see now. But this way you don't recycle your energies, so yeah, that should be game. Very cheeky deck, a very annoying deck, but I was able to maneuver my way around the situation, I guess, for lack of better terms, and kind of figure out how to. Oh wait, he doesn't even have the Gumi in the active. What am I doing? he moved the Gumi. Fireworks bomb. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, oh, 6. 1. Yeah, I have one more turn to do it, but I win the game next turn. Um, yeah, he'll put fireworks bomb back in my hand, but I have the energies now. I don't think there's anything he can do to win the game now. He's gonna go back into Gumi and hope I don't find an attacker. I mean, it's a reliable thing. You can hope I miss. I mean, I could. My hand doesn't currently contain an attacker. Okay, and my hand now currently contains one card. Okay. Okay. That's just rude. Can I grab Mewtwo to copy anything? No. I'm gonna carry off my threat. I'm actually low on supporters too, so a Sycamore top deck would be unrealistic but optimistic at the same time. I can just quick ball for. I can't use anybody because of his ability. Having all my energy in my deck is really annoying. Yeah. Again, we wait. I got rid of his Gumi the first time. I'll just have to do it again. Simple as that. His whole deck is now just Noctowls and triples, which I think is his end game. And then he just goes cycle, cycle, cycle. Get rid of my stuff. Maybe he has another stamp. Maybe he plays another Marnie. He can't ever deck, which is good for him. It's just for him, every turn is finding the triple, and then he's good to go. So this turn's Cynthia, so he definitely gets it. There's no way he misses. So Babyline goes back into the deck. I might lose this game. I might lose this game. Not having energy any energy in my discard right now is actually like really hurting me. Okay. That sucks. Pass. He's gonna just get rid of my other Malamar. The Dedenne should be the last things he puts back. When it's just Dedenne. And that way I can't get the Dedenne and draw cards, which is actually a really big out for me. If he lets me get to that point. He's just gonna keep moving my pieces and harassing me. Wow, this is brutal. As always, we stay around to make sure he messes up or something. But no. Okay. I mean, he just had to move things, I guess. So we just hold our hand from here on out because there's no reason to play cards until we have everything we need to end the game. So he's just gonna keep drawing cards and get the combo off. And every turn he's got a cycle. He's gonna go carry off, double airmail every turn, get the exact 3 cards, back to hand, shuffle it in, rinse and repeat. Um, so yeah, he's almost at the perfect loop. My Malamar on bench gets taken away. Oh no, Trevenant. Interesting. Huh, I would not have thought that one is the one that goes. Okay, Trevenant comes back. Welcome back, buddy. I know you loved me. We hold our hand again. Eventually, he has to put the Dedenne back, and that's when we can play our game again. Can we play a good enough game to end the game, though, however? I don't know. Because he can loop it to the point where I don't have any Malamars left, which I think he should be doing. Like the Malamar, I think with a balloon should have been the first target there. Carry off once again. Malamar goes in. He gets his combo off again. An energy. That's something. We're just going to attach it because we have all our energy in the deck. So there's no reason to hold it. Here it comes. The Phione Whirlpool Suction puts up the Dedenne and snaps my Mally back. This is brutal. This is a slow and painful death. So carry off again. Malamar goes back in. Just attach to active and pass. Energies here, like I said, don't matter. We want to attach them. So. I guess it comes down to him messing up, right? Like he's gonna try to clutch us this turn. He's gonna have to go carry away this guy. And then I get to quick ball him back, which is good. And Dedenne. And maybe I need to get 2 Inkay or something. The issue comes down to, does he play more than one Marnie or more than one Stamp? Because then I have to refine my pieces in my hand and do this all over again. He does play another Marnie. Interesting why he plays it now. Giving me +1. Oh my god. Okay. It's paying off for him. I'm just gonna get clutched out of the game. I can just bench this. Attach here. Bench this. Pass. We can keep the game going because I think we have a shot. Like, I just need to be able to put Mew into the active, or Baby Blown, or something. But this is not what it looks like. This doesn't look good for us, Chief. If he misses the Hoot Hoot here. Nope, he did not. He did not miss the Hoot Hoot. There was no Hoot Hoots being missed. And there goes Mew. Another energy, and a pass. At this point, we can't be surprised to see energies. That's like the most common thing in our deck. This is painful. This is painful to say the least. I don't know what I can do here. He's gonna. I hope he snaps this. I hope he does it this way. Perfect. I get a second Dedenne also, so that's one extra out into my deck that I can stay alive. That Marnie was very good from him. Oh, he's not gonna do it. Okay. Okay, we'll just chill. We got an Inkay down. He has to put the Inkay back. I think the hardest part for me is I don't have any energy in the discard, so I need to get that there. Sorry, just looking at work stuff, but I need to get that going. Unfortunately, I can't. This might be a game where I win on timer, which is a little bit shady, but look at his clock, or her clock, sorry, and look at my clock. Yeah, I should keep top taking basics. That's a basic, and that's a pass. We have two Quick Ball, a Sycamore, and a Marnie left. And the two Quick Ball translated to Dedenne. So we have ways to do things. I don't know why my opponent continues to Whirlpool Suction and play all these like actions out because it's just eating up more of his clock. This is painful. I think every turn he takes is about 30 seconds off the clock. So one low puff goes. What else? What can we do here? Draw. All right, boys, we're on thin ice. Here's where we could lose. And a carry off. Looks like my opponent is going into turbo mode. Nope, air mailing. He's still air mailing. He's still got to do that. Decisions shouldn't be taking this long. You should be snap picking those decisions. And yeah, I lose next turn if he doesn't. If I don't find it out. We're broken. We're insane at this game. Research. Our one research left. 1, 2, 3. Pass. Okay, so we can stabilize the game a little bit here. I do have a balloon. He can only shuffle in one Inkay. Ideally, that Trevenant is like something that isn't a Trevenant, so I can actually do something with it. And ideally, I would have taken more than energy. But Marnie Energy's back also feels kind of bad. Okay, he doesn't do anything with that. Attach. Balloon. Marnie. I'd like to draw some cards on my end. We technically have 2 Dedennes, so I'm going to Phione so I can snap it next turn if I need to. Or I can snap it now. I can snap it now, forcing a reaction out of him. Because now I can bench Mew. I can... No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I changed my mind. Aw, man. I can Baby Blown. And I can Dedenne. And we get to do it all over again, ladies and gentlemen. And he concedes. I don't think he can win from there. I mean, I think given enough time, my opponent could have won, but I think I don't know. That was weird. My head's all funky with that. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys sticking through that game. If you did, please leave a like down below. Please subscribe. Let me know how you learn the list. Let me know how your techs have been testing. I appreciate all the feedback. I will be back tomorrow with another video. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.